over 100,000 a month in Meridian, okay? But no one has yet earned $1 million a month. I believe it will happen. Okay? In fact, I'm very certain that it will happen. Right? And I believe there are multiple people in this room that will ultimately reach that level. All right? So whatever your goal is, whether you want to make $100 a month, $100,000 a month, or more, there are 4 things that you need to do to succeed big in Meridian. How many of you want to know what those 4 things are? All right, great. Here they are. Number 1, jot this down. I hope you can write on this. It seems like you can. All right.
Yes, you do.
Number 1, you can. Yes. All right. Thank you, Tom. Before I screw up your board, thank you. All right. Number 1, get customers. Get customers. Go out and get a handful of customers. If you're new to the business, you want to get really, I say 3 revolutions. Because 3 revolutions in your fast start period equals $200 each times 3 equals $600. Sign up normally for $299. Right now you sign up for $99. We just found out, I was talking to Hussein, found out that he was in the Marine Corps. Any other veterans here? Any veterans that aren't in the business yet? Okay. How many of you know veterans that aren't in the business? You know they can get it for free. Right, guys, a program called the Heroes Program. Veterans, this is our way of giving back. Come in for free. All right? So customers, there's 4 things that you need to do to be great in Meridian. Number 1, get customers. Number 2, show the program. We call it STP. That means show the program. And you do that fast, like Scott said. You don't have to get up and ever do what Scott and Ellen did. Right? If you're the kind of person, now some of you are up there going, I can do it better than those guys. And then some of you are probably thinking, man, they couldn't pay me enough. They couldn't pay me $1 million a minute to get up there and do what those guys did. All right? Either way, it's great because, folks, we have a 12-minute video. This guy thinks about an 11.5-minute video.
Currently 11 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay, so it's a little more than 11.5 minutes. Thank you. And it's literally right on your Meridian website. This is the video that we use to show the program. When I show the program, I personally sponsored Rodney into the business a couple of weeks ago. Say hi to Rodney Flowers. He's an awesome guy. By the way, Rodney's an author. He's got one of the best, most inspiring stories you'll ever hear. He wrote a book called Get Up. He's got a tremendous, tremendous story. Maybe you'll ask him to share it with you. Okay? So Rodney came into the business. Now you guys know, those of you who know me, know I've spoken on stage for many years, professional presenter, all that stuff. Rodney, did I present anything to you, pitch anything to you, sell you anything, or try to explain anything to you when I showed you Meridian several months ago?
No.
No. What did I do?
Called me up and said, hey, you got 25 minutes of your time to watch the video and have a conversation after? I said, yes. He said, okay, give me a time. I said, okay, I gave him the time. He called me at that time. He said, are you in front of your computer? I said, yes. He said, okay. Watch this video. It's 11.5-minute video. I'll call you back when you're done.
Rodney, thank you. That was perfect. All kidding aside, that was unsolicited. He didn't know I was going to put him on the spot like that. Thank you, Rodney. That's exactly what I did. Why? Because those of you who know me know that's exactly what I do. How often, guys? How often do I do it that way?
Every single time.
Every single time without exception. Even though I've been a professional presenter and public speaker for 25 plus years, I do not, nor will I ever, present publicly when I'm show or get somebody on the computer and walk them through a PowerPoint. Why? All it does is create complexity in the business. You heard John say, simplicity duplicates, complexity doesn't. Every single time, guys. To me, in the Jumpstart guide, which is the training guide that we use, it says you can show the program using the video or other stuff. I'm like, take that or other stuff out. There is no other way. This is it. John and Lella, the newest Millionaire Circle members. John, how do you you guys show the program? Sound familiar? Sound familiar? How many of you think you can do that? Raise your hand if you think you can do that. Raise your hand if you know you can do that. Guys, if you can't do that, then thank you for coming and have a great day. Okay? Yes.
Bob, if the only guy that earns you in this company is two gentlemen, Joe O and Frank Moran. And Joe O said, he goes, John, it's unbelievable how people don't see this. He's made $18.5 million. $1 million, and he was in bankruptcy and foreclosure. By putting people in a room like this and just, he said, I hit play 20 times more than anybody else in this company. What we lack in skills, we make in numbers, and all we gotta do is hit play. We can show that video to 30 people this weekend.
Yeah, a few years ago, his son, he's got a son, I guess now he's about 14. When we started 6.5 years ago, I guess he was about 8 or 9 years old, and he sees his dad like always being home, and his dad is an entrepreneur, he's been in a lot of different businesses. He says, Dad, what do you do for a living? And he thought about it, and he goes, I show videos. He goes, I kind of do what you do. I get together with friends and show videos. Yeah, pretty funny. $18 million later. Not so bad, right?
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
So, when Rodney had all kinds of questions after that video, what'd you do?
Yeah, now, great question, okay? So, and we talked about the process here. When you start, and Rodney's been showing the program like crazy. Sponsored his first associate yesterday. Give him a big round of applause. Hussein's here, no pressure, but he's going to sponsor Hussein next. No, no pressure. Right? But I think Hussein's going to come into the business. Give him a big round of applause. He's a hero. He's a right? All right. But so Rodney will tell you, and Rodney's got a full-time job. He's in procurement for the Navy. He's civilian, but he works in the Navy, right? So he can't do any STPs between 8:30 and 6:30. He works 4 hours one day, right? So all the STPs we're doing 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Three-way calls, right? So what Scott's talking about is, with a brand new person, when you get started, what you want to do is you press play, and then you get your sponsor or somebody. If your sponsor's brand new and they don't really know the answers, then find the next person that's playing actively in the business in what we call your up team that will do those three-way calls for you so that they answer your questions. Eventually you'll get to the point, folks, because see, the STP, the showing of the program, the video, is not to try to convince anybody of anything. Somebody asked me the other day, what percentage of people in the three-way call do you think that you flip? Meaning they weren't going to come in, and then they come in. And I said, 0. 0. That's not what the three-way call is about. People either get it or they don't. It's either the right time for them to build a business and create something more in their life because like me and like John, they've drawn the line, or it's not. If it's not, hey, be my customer, it's free. You're going to go green, you can save a couple bucks, you help me out. How much of a decision is that? It takes 3 minutes, right? So the three-way call is not about convincing. Use your team, your up team, until you get comfortable answering the questions. So with Rodney to answer your question, I did the three. I did the answer myself. Why? Because I wasn't trying to convince Rodney. Oh, by the way, guess what? He wasn't ready. When I showed him the program several months ago, he wasn't ready. His book had just come out. He was involved in a bunch of other things. And he said, hey, thanks, but let's stay in touch. I said, hey, it's cool. Because I love the guy. He's a great guy. I said, hey man, I still want to know more about what you're doing. How can I help you? Because he's a great guy, right? And then I'm following up. I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I was just telling these guys that in the months of May, June, and August, July I was home. Didn't work much in July either, but May, June, August, 92 days in those 3 months, my wife and I were traveling for pleasure 46 of the 92 days. Exactly half. Brady paid me hundreds of thousands of dollars during that time. Okay? Think about that. Guys, again, I don't say it to brag. I say it because that was a pipe dream in my when I had a business that was costing me millions of dollars to run. I couldn't leave. If I left for a week or 10 days, it would look like this. Okay, we'd all be right there. And I was always on the phone. Now it's like John will tell you, he gets pissed off. It's like, dude, will you answer your phone? You're like, I'm in Alaska fishing, dude. I'm in Alaska. I've been in Albania. I've been in Italy. I've been in New Orleans. I've been in Mexico. I've been in a couple of other places. That's just in the last 3-4 months. Why? Because I got a handful of customers, and because I pressed play on a bunch of videos, and saw who wanted to come in and who didn't. So 2 of the 4 things. Here's the 3rd thing. Plug in. Plug into meetings, calls, what you're doing right now, trainings. Just plug in. Show up. There's a saying that says, people that show up, anybody?
Go up.
Some of you heard that. Those that show up, go up. All right? Just plug it in will help you learn and grow. And then number 4, personal development. Personal and professional development. Guys, we're going to say, in fact, I just came to say, I said, hey, if I give you this CD, will you listen to it? Little Jim Rohn CD. Read the books, listen to the CDs, show up to the trainings. If you do these 4 things, folks, consistently, over time, and keep doing them, and then teach the people that come into your business to do these 4 simple things consistently, over time, you'll win in this business. How do I know? Me, these guys, you. John, Lell, anything you want to add to that? Yeah, John.
Bob, I followed your story, right? Because all we do is cheat off people in this business, right? Really, we just emulate what people do.
We call it modeling. John, let us know how we got in high school.
Well, you know, true.
Whatever it is.
I never read a book in school, and I used to sit next to the smartest kid in the class because I was a super athlete in school. So that's how I got through. But Bob, I want you to tell your story because I believe it'll reach a lot of people, Tom Brown, Rodney, many other people in this room, about all the no's that you got and how the no's don't even matter to you because how many people you showed it to.
God, thank you, John. It's a great point. Guys, I was gonna mention this before. Thank you. I've shown the program to over 200 people. Not that many. But I showed the program 60 times in the first 60 days. People ask me, how'd you get started so fast? I got after this. I showed the program an average of once a day. I showed it 60 times in the first 60 days. 22 said yes. 38 said, thanks, Bob. No thanks. Timing isn't right. I don't get it. It's not right for me. Some of those 38 became my customers. Some of them didn't. Of those 22, literally, folks, to this day, those 22 people that came into my business, now through the growth, so I sponsored, this is me, right? This is Bob. And I went out and I sponsored 22 people. I did it fast, okay? This was 22. Those 22 have now grown to over 10,000 associates, over 125,000 customers, over $4 million in income. And to this day, 90% comes from guess where?
First 22.
It's 22 people.
How many of those first 22?
3 directly? No. How many are responsible for 90%? Some of those 22 did nothing. Literally, some of them didn't even put in their own meter. Anybody have that experience? And their own team? We were talking about that a little bit this morning, right? Some people are just not going to. Guys, I was pretty good at this when I got into it. And I said, buddy, these are really sharp people. I was like, I'll come over. I'll put the meter in with you. Crickets. Okay? So I was like, okay, well, I can't help you. Can't help you. Next, who wants to play? Who wants to play? Who wants to play? Who wants to play? We are talent scouts in this business. That's what we are. We're looking for people. You know where John? You know how I personally sponsored John and Lella? Anybody want to hear how I personally sponsored John and Lella? It would be a really long, short story because it's a lie. I didn't sponsor John and Lella. I didn't bring John and Lella into the business. You know where I found John and Lella? Not at my first level. I didn't sponsor them. Not on my second. Not on my third or my fourth or my fifth. Not on my sixth. But actually on my 7th level. On my 7th level, God smiled upon me and put Lella and John Piontek into my business. I was saying this on the way over. Do you know where these other 6 people are today? No, I'm asking because I don't know where they are. Because I have no idea where they are. Okay? John,
Who leads you to somebody else?
who leads you to the people that want to play? That's the business. I only personally sponsored 3 of the 5, and the other 2 I found in depth. One on my 7th level in John and Well, and the other on my 2nd level. But really, the player was down at actually on my 5th level, the real player. Isn't that cool? I really think that's pretty cool, right? That's the business. But what do you got to do to get to that place?
Teach people how to duplicate.
Exactly. You got to get a handful of customers, not a lot. Let's get 3 revolutions, 15 customers, eventually get 20, you get to the top of the business. Show the program. This is key, right? I mean, this is key, this is key, okay? And then plug in. Right? Just show up. Just be consistent in learning and growing and coming to the meetings. At least 1 meeting a week. At least a couple of calls a week. You listen to them live if you can. If not, get them on replay. You know? And then the personal professional development, pop in the desk. Start taking some of the time that you're doing, watching TV or listening to the radio, talk radio or music, and empower yourself with something that's going to help you create the business that you want to create for yourself, for your family, for the people you love, for the people that you want to empower. If you do these 4 things, guys, and by the way, these are the people that we're looking for. Once you're in the business and your business is started, then we're looking for people that do at least one of these 4 things. And for every one of these things they do consistently, the more on your radar they become, the more time of yours, personal time that they earn. That's it. It's a simple business.
Good question.
Yeah.
So let's talk about leading with the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Two main things you got: customers, show the program.
Yeah.
So you're showing the program because you're leading with the opportunity, right?
Correct.
And so is there a different strategy that you implement in order to get the customers?
Yeah, good question. Let's start. So Ronnie says leading with the opportunity. My philosophy is there's like an A, a B. So we talk about your list. Now, list is a big one. It's a great one. Okay. Hey, bro.
Sir, had a custom made just for this morning.
I'll tell you what, man. This is a great training room. So we talk about an A list, a B list, and a C list. Right? Now your A are going to be your A player, the sharpest, most entrepreneurial, most ambitious, motivating people you know. We're going to put them at the top of the list. Your B list, these are people that you still want to show the opportunity to, but they're not quite the sharpest of the sharp, but they're still good people, sharp people, who love to show an opportunity. The C list are people that for one reason or another, you really don't want to invite into your business. Remember, one of the coolest things about this business is you get to choose who you do it with, right? So, how many of you, honestly, at one time or another, have worked with people that you weren't that crazy about working with? Anybody? Yeah. Okay. Pretty much all of us, right? In this business, if you don't really like someone, don't invite them into your business. Don't show them the program. Put them on your C list. What's an example of that? Well, most people have that know-it-all neighbor, right? Somebody didn't do that. Leslie, that didn't help with you, right? Don't invite that person into your business. Ask them, say, hey, I started a new business. Share your why with them. Here's why I'm doing it. I'm just tired of trading time for money. I'm spending way too much time away from Penny and the family. I'm stressed out all the time, and I found a business that's gonna finally get me free of that, get the family free of that. Would you help me out by being my customer? It's free. It's gonna take 3-5 minutes. You're gonna save a couple bucks on your energy bill, and you go, will you do that? Will you help me out? And that's people you see with. So we all have that know-it-all neighbor, or I have a couple neighbors that live nearby. I mean, they're 85 years old. God bless them. But they're not really looking to go out and kick it right now. In terms of business development, they're retired, they're loving life and stuff. So I was like, hey, would you be my customer? They said sure. They gave me their home in Old Bridge, where I used to live, and they gave me their home up in the Pocono Mountains. I got 2 meters. 3 actually gave me their gas as well. So it's simple. So how do you do it? Let's talk about the simplest way to get customers. Johnny, you're one of the best I've ever seen. You went out and got customers. You got 25 customers, I think, in the first day.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how simple? I love what John talks about making it personal, sharing your why,
people in this world will be more willing to help someone else than help themselves. If we posture as salesmen, they're going to shut you down. If you open your heart up and tell them that you're involved in a mission, that you're helping the future of their children, that you need their help. See, once you open a conversation up by saying, hey Curtis, how you been, man? How's the family? Hey Curtis, me and my wife are involved in something that's really special. We're in a mission-based company that's helping the future of your children, this environment, and I need your help. I need your help, Curtis. And you're going to come back and say to me, what do you need? It's going to open the door for conversation. And when you ask me what I need, say, listen, I can help you, you can help me, we can both help the environment. It's a 3-minute process where you can be my customer, greener product, cheaper price, and you'll be helping me out.
John just hit on the head right there. 2 things. Share your why. Ask them for what? Help. Their help. That's it. And there's a 2.5-minute video right on your website, lower right. In fact, I just showed it to who's saying. In fact, he asked me the question and I answered, and then I'm like, wait a minute, you know what? I screwed that up. I said, can I get a replay on that? I said, watch this. And I pulled out my phone, I said, watch this. And it's saying, you just saw your guest here. Did that pretty much answer your questions?
Yes, it did.
It did, right? It answered them better than I did when I was like, oh, I'll tell them, 5 minutes to answer the question. I totally spaced. I forgot to use the tools and the team. Here's the last, so does that answer your question, Ronnie? Very simple, guys. And John's the first person I ever heard say this. I've quoted him many times on this. He said when it comes, and that's really what he just said, when it comes to getting customers, he just said make it personal. Let them know that it's not about the 5% they're going to save on their energy bill. I mean, it's nice. It's found money. Why not put that money back in your pocket? Everybody feels good about that. For some people, they're really passionate about the environment. Some people, it's like, okay, yeah, it's cool. The reason, like John said, they're going to do it now, they're going to be your customer, is to help you out because they care about you, because they know who you are, and because they want to. Let me ask you a question, guys. If the people that you're thinking about, you want to be your customers, if they own, and I'm asking you this question, Ronnie, if they owned a restaurant, if your buddy owned a restaurant in town, how many of you would make time to go there every now and then? The rest of you guys are tough. Because you're not my friends. Of course you would.
All the time
And whether it was the
training.
best food in town or not, I'm not saying you go there every night, but you go there every once in a while. Why? Anybody, why?
Support
To
them.
help your friend. To help your friend, let them know you're supporting them. Right? It's the same thing. Except here, it doesn't cost them anything. In fact, it puts money back in their pocket, and it helps the environment, and allows them to help you just as you would love to help them in their business.
Bob?
That's it, yeah.
Bob, too many of us put barricades up and say we don't know enough people, right? You'll start seeing success in customers when you get away from your family and so-called friends. My wife's a perfect example. My wife got all the meters from all the banks that we have, all the tellers, right? My wife went to her hair salon and said to the lady, I need your help, and she said, I got to check with my husband. And my wife said, no disrespect, Harold, but I come here with my mother. We patronize you. I need you to be my customer because there's a lot of other places I can go. That woman brought the bills in to my wife the next day. It's about us holding other people accountable that we patronize, right? My landscaper. We have a big property. The guy came up to me and I said, hey, Duke, I need to get your gas and electric meters for both of your properties. He goes, all right, John, all right. He came back again. I paid him again with all his guys riding around my property. I said, Duke, I need those electric meters. He said, okay. I saw him 3 days later at the deli when I went to get coffee. He goes, not you with that electric and gas stuff again. I said, let me tell you something. Here's the deal. I don't have your meters at my house by Friday. You're losing my contract. The 4 contracts that I gave you on the big houses in the development where Bob lives, you're gonna lose all of them. And you're gonna kind of be a stupid business person because all I'm asking you to do is support me and allow me to save you money. He pulled up to my house that Friday. My wife called me up and said, John, they're here on a job. I said, tell them no mas to hold up all those guys. I flew home, I went to the guys, I said, no mas, finito, vamos. And I seen him, and he goes, I can't believe you did that. I said, I can't believe you didn't do that. I hired another guy who gave me and my wife 4 meters, said, why wouldn't I want to save money and help you out?
That's right.
Put people on the spot.
Guys, now, so yeah, give a hand for that. Yeah. Now, being from New Jersey, I will tell you that's customer acquisition Jersey style, all right? That's definitely Jersey style. Because, by the way, I got almost the exact same story with my accountant. And my accountant says, when I was first started, I said, hey, dude, I'm in this new business, I need to, I need your electric meters. And he's an accountant, he's like, well, I need rates, I need guarantees, blah, blah, blah. I said, Bob, his name's Bob. I said, Bob, how long have you been my accountant? He says, over 20 years. I said, how much money have I paid you during those 20 years? He said, many tens of thousands of dollars. I said, Bob, let me ask you a simple question. Would you like to be my accountant for a 21st year? Straight up. Would you like to be my accountant for a 21st year? He said, where do I send that bill? I said, I gave him my fax number. I said, just fax it over. All right? That's when we were allowed to enter other people's bills. We can't do that anymore, right? But that's a true story. See, he's a smart guy, all right? And guys, it shouldn't have to come to that. We're not saying go out and threaten people. That's not the point. The point is, if you're patronizing those people and their businesses, how can they not want to do the same for you? If they don't, doesn't that tell you something about them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, look, guys, we can go on and on. I mean, we could spend hours and hours here. We said we'd end at 12:33, 12:45. Now, anything you want, I want to hear a word, at least a word of wisdom or two from Mrs. Newest Millionaire Circle member. I don't know if you want this, but just in case.
Yeah, and my handwriting is terrible, so I'm not going to write anything on the board. But I think what is like fundamental to this whole thing is the first step, and that's to define your why. Right? John has a very profound why. We all have very profound whys, but sometimes we just don't know where it is or what our purpose is. Right? We look for it. But what is the reason that I want to pursue being insulted and offended by people? Well, the first thing that you have to do is work on yourself, right? The why ties into personal development. But where you have to get rid of your why. You don't know what it is. Find out what makes you very emotional. What is it that makes you emotional? Because as much as being rejected and offended is hurtful, that why has got to overpower that. You have to get emotional about something that's going to be stronger than that offense. Right? That's it. Find out what makes you very emotional. Attach yourself to it. Identify with it. Make that happen. That's it. Find your why. What else is...
Well, how do you invite people? You're so good at showing the plan. How do you meet people on the fly and have them at our house? Just tell everybody.
So, listen, whenever you meet people or you encounter a friend, listen to them. This is not about you talking. Sometimes we talk too much. My father said I talk too much. And I'm not, and that's why I'm very short when I get up here, because I believe if we talk too much, it's not good. We lose, people become disinterested. But if you listen to people, we can listen to people all day long because people like to talk about themselves. And the more you know about that person, where their kids go to school, where the problem is in school, what the husband
Be your most authentic self. Get rid of your ego. That's the first thing you have to work on. Number 4, personal development. Personal development. Be the best you that you can be. You know, we always put up this facade. We were taught to put up a facade. Don't let people see who you are. Right? We all just show them what we want to show them. We hide away the rest. This is not that. This is everything that you've been taught upside down. Let people know who you are. Be sincere with them. Compliment them. Be sincere about it. Always be the best person that you can be, and really study and listen to good words. Listen to people's good stories. I can't read your story. Be inspired by people. Always be positive. Stay on the higher energy. Avoid the negative energy. And if you see someone negative, run. And if you have those as friends, change your friends. I'm telling you, you're going to change your friends. Because you know who you're going to stay friends with? People that actually help you. Here, like help. Oh, I don't care what it's for. It's going to help you. Here it is. Those are the people that are your friends. That's the test. You're going to save your friends. That's what I have to say. That's it, Sean.
Folks, I appreciate you hanging out. We're gonna get ready to close up soon. I wanna talk about self-commitment. I wanna talk about goals. The reason Bob and I are down here and Lola's down here is because of the location of where Power Up is situated, because of the people, right? We know the potential in this room. Each and every one of you know the potential inside you. You just need to unleash it. So when we challenge ourselves, right? When we challenge ourselves, I want to talk about the 20 exposure challenge before next Friday. I'm as busy as Tom Brad. I'm as busy as Bob Quintana. I'm as busy as Scott Struber. I'm as busy as Rick Dolly, Carl Moss. Let me tell you my goal. I'm building a house now. I'm running a traditional business that I have to babysit a lot of employees. We're managing our properties. We're managing our Viridian business nationwide. I'm willing to lose sleep. My goal is to show 20 more people that video by next Friday, by that deadline of the $99. Here's why. Here's why everybody should run with this. If Tom Brown put 50 people in this room on Wednesday afternoon and showed that video, he just showed it 50 times at one time to maximize his time. Certain people, Tom might have people come in one-on-one. You don't want them in a group setting. They're more powerful people that want one-on-one attention. That's an exposure. Here's what's going to happen. Tom's going to say to those people, hey brother, I'm involved.